Good day. This is Saskia Harkema, Nursia Afridi with our fourth guest of our podcast, The Power is You. And Nursia Afridi and me have written a book, The Power is You, an odyssey towards self-empowerment, because we believe unconditionally in the power of women. And today we have the honor to have an amazing woman who's going to talk to us and share her story with us. As usual, Nursia is going to carry out the interview, and Nandita is going to introduce herself. I give the floor to you, Nursia.
Thank you so much, Saskia, and welcome, Nandita, to our podcast. I would like to ask you a few questions regarding your life and your story. Yeah? I would like before that audience get to know about you. So, can you explain a little about your background and your life story in short? And then I will ask you some questions.
I'm very honored to be here. Thank you to both of you for the invitation. And I want to say a big thank you for those people listening as well. So I'm Nandita Natarajan. I'm 38. I'm actually a singer. And as well, I opened a music school and I teach singing to young people. And I'm trying to support people who have a dream to have an artistic career, um, to push their dream forward. And I'm here because I think you're doing an amazing work, and I'm hoping that I can bring my voice to this project as well. So, in short, I was born in Switzerland from a Portuguese mother and a Swiss German father. And I've grown in Switzerland, but I've traveled around the world for many years with my family, being in the international field. And I had the chance to know many people and culture in my story, and especially women. And they've really had an impact on my personal journey as a person. And I'm also speaking for them, for those who doesn't have the chance today. So hopefully, you know, I'm it's gonna be for them that I do that as well. So I hope I wrapped up a little bit, but yes, and I do have a background in television and broadcasting and done many things in my life. But this is the dream that I had when I was only 3, and I had the chance to actually realize my childhood dreams, and I hope that every woman had the same chance that I do. So this is my contribution today for you guys.
The first question is, um, what is your biggest fear, or what has been the biggest fear in your life, which has also inhibited you to do what you want to do?
So, I had a long thought about it, and the response was quite surprising. I think my biggest fear was to be able to be seen, to shine, to really, you know, um, be myself and my true self, um, which is really strange because, I've been exposed since age 3 on stage, done television shows, been everywhere, been on tour. And I think my biggest fear really was to be seen and to shine, which is crazy. But actually, the more exposed you are, you realize that it's not that easy to be vulnerable. And especially as a young woman growing up, it's not that simple. Even though, I had everything, here in the Switzerland to be able to do that, it's not that simple at all. So that's probably one of my biggest fear, and probably as well to stand up for myself, to say no. um, I actually struggled for many years to find my voice, within my own family, within the industry of television. It's actually been really tough on me. So that's probably one of my biggest fear. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nandita, I will ask the next question related to this. How did you manage to face your fear, and what were the steps that you took to put the fear aside and achieve what you wanted in your life?
I think that first of all, I asked myself those questions so many times. Why is it so difficult for you to incarnate who you truly are? And and I said you must first face yourself, and you must face your shadows. And I was into war mode, and I had this inner war in myself, trying to figure it out. And one day I had this moment where I said maybe it's not about facing it, it's more about accepting. um, that I believe in God, that the creator create us with gifts and abilities that is very specific to you. And to be able to accept them, to accept your story, to accept your flaws, to accept your pains and traumas without any you know how can I say that, to really accept everything about you, the beautiful and the ugly and the shadows, and to honor the gift that God gave you as something precious, as something special. So how do you welcome this? And that was not easy for me, because it was like opening a Pandora's box, and also discerning what belongs to you, what does not belong to you, what you're willing to accept and not accept, and take your part of the responsibility of it, which is taking the responsibility of who you are as a person, and that it's okay. It's okay to be you, and it's not okay for people to say, you're not good enough, or do you understand what I'm trying to say? To also put the responsibility of things that people throw at you that does not belong to you. This is not you. And that was something that was a difficult process for me, um, to accept. But this is how not I faced it, but I welcomed it. And that was very different process, to be gentle, to have this, to be the mother to yourself that maybe you didn't learn how to be before, and to give the respect, and the not only the respect but the nurture that maybe you didn't receive, that I didn't receive when I was a child, maybe. So that's what helped.
Mm.
Okay. Uh, So I will ask another question because as you mentioned different things. So to achieve something in life, there are always hurdles and challenges, and especially for women. So what were those challenges and hurdles for you, and what steps did you come to overcome to reach to your destination?
I think my biggest hurdles in my path was self-doubt. And I have to honestly say, as a young woman, I had a dream, and that dream was not like everyone else. I was a little girl there dreaming of an extraordinary life, but here I was surrounded by a very traditional, in a box kind of life. And I had to make a choice to either stay where I was and my dream will never come true, or make a difficult decision to leave everything and sometimes people that I love the most, in order to step in a vision that only me can actually see. And that's very difficult because you have people around telling you you're crazy. Why are you doing what you're doing? Put implementing doubts and making you think that what you're doing is like not even logical. How are you going to live with this? You're never going to manage it. this is not how things are done. And even in the industry of television, to break free of what people project on you and their image of you, or what they think you should be. And as a very young woman, especially as a young woman, being so vulnerable in a way, where is the moment when you say no, enough is enough, and I also have the right to be who I really want to be, and you have the courage to pack your things, take your things, and trust in something deeper and higher, trusting up there, saying, you implemented a dream in my heart for a reason, and I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust my life. I'm going to trust my vision, and I'm going to walk the path. And, with this inner torch that you have, but only you can see it. And that is really tough. For me, it was really tough. But, and trying to just shed people's jealousy, envy, and trying to kill your dream. It's that I had everything for me that happened, and it was it was um it was a moment for me of freedom when I decided that I don't know where I will be, but I know where I am. There must be something. There must be something else, and this is was that moment. I don't know if I answered the question, but yeah, you're not alone, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like we have different challenges and hurdles, yeah, from the society, from the people, and you overcome very beautifully how you manage. So just amazing. So my next question is like, because we always feel some moment that we felt that we are defeated. So is there any moment in your life when you felt defeated?
Yes, I had many, I have to say, because when you have such a big dream like I had, I was 3 and I was dreaming to be on stage, to go on tour and bring meaning and stories to people through my songs and hopefully help a few people along the way. When you have such a big dream and when you see around you, you want a different life. Um, it can be really difficult to you have self-doubt moment where you say maybe this is just the dream and it's never going to come true, or I had another one as well, how I'm going to make a living. And I had struggled because I was trying to handle so many jobs at the same time and didn't manage to make it. And how I'm gonna do it. And sometimes I have to admit I still try to figure it out as an artist. How do you make it happen? And I had moments where I told myself maybe I should just listen, and I should just you know maybe they're right. And that is the worst thing, because it's just kill your childhood dream. And giving up on your dream is giving up on yourself. You can't do it. I mean, and that is what happened. I realized that you should never give up on yourself. Never. You have to keep going. You don't know where it's going, but you must go. You not shouldn't give up. Never do it. Because you're giving up on yourself and you're betraying yourself. Um, that was something that I really struggle with, about self-worth and doubts and questioning my path, because people are questioning my path, and that is something you should be really clear about where you want to go and just keep going.
Hmm. Hmm. And related to this, that when you mentioned that never give up, yeah. So we women and everybody has this ability to resurrect, and fortunately we have this ability. We just need to look it inside. So is there any moment that you feel that yes, the power is me?
Yes. I realize, well, I'm gonna speak something very spiritual here, but I think, I mean, I'm talking from my experience. I'm a musician, and a musician search his whole life to find his own frequency, especially as a singer. I'm trying to find my true frequency, and it's a lifetime work. And you realize that the only way that you can do that is trusting your life, trusting your vision, trusting what God have implanted in you, that you're not alone on the path. They are, you good people on the way that will show up, that there is something greater guiding you from the inside. And it's as real as, looking outside, to trust that in a voice that is speaking to you all the time, and actually since you're a child. And when you align with it, there's a peace inside. And that voice is a soft yet so powerful, so much power and wisdom in it. And it's speaking to you about your mission. It's literally speaking to you about who your mission, your purpose, your place in the world. And you have your place. Everyone has one, but you need to figure it out what is yours. And if you don't listen to it, how can you find it? You find that strength to just have that moment of clarity of like, okay, this is who I am, I'm accepting it. And that power that I have comes from within, comes from something greater that is guiding you all the time. And that you are part of, like I believe in God. So for me, God is in everything, in every trees, in every person, and you are too have a part of this light. You have a part, you have this spark in you as well. By not listening to and honoring that spark that resides within yourself, do you respect the divinity that you have? Do you understand? And to honor that true voice that is there. And that for me was power, but a power that was not come from me, came from somewhere else. And by listening to that, you are as well becoming a vessel for something greater. And by that, you are touching so many people just by your presence, just by people seeing you embody this light that you have, and actually helping those people find their own. And it's not a power of like, oh, I'm a powerful woman. This is not a place of ego for me. True power comes from something greater, something more authentic that is there. And as I have a Hindu teacher telling me, in order to find the light, you need to swim in the, like the lotus flower, you need to swim in that muck and the ugly sometimes, and look at all the darkness for you to resurrect and to find your own light and becoming a light to others as well, So I think that was my moment of resurrection, I think, for me, for sure. So I don't know if
Thank
I
you
answered
so
your
much.
question, but here you
Very
go.
beautiful. Thank you. It's very beautiful how you said we always we should have this dignity. Yeah, we have everything inside. We just reflect it. So, Saskia, now the floor is yours.
Yes. I can picture this girl of 3 years with this dream, and I can imagine that. And Nursia was 10 when she had her dream. It must be so difficult to keep that dream, especially if you have an environment that, because of all kinds of different reasons, tries to crush that dream. And it's really beautiful the way you express also what power is, because there are so many misunderstandings about power. And yes, life is a gift, and our gift that we should live truly, by being true to ourselves. And your journey hasn't been easy, that is obvious, but it's so beautiful the way you describe it. And it's true that then people will gravitate to you. You don't need to exert power because people will feel that you are this spark, you are this source of light for others. So thank you so much, Nandita, for these really wise words. And to the audience, listen carefully to everything that Nandita is telling us, and never give up. Thank you.
If I could just say a last word, if I
Yes,
have,
of course.
please do not give up on your dream. Believe in yourself and keep going. No one has the right to steal that away from you. It's there for a reason.
Okay.
And if I only can leave you this, please listen to me. I'm your friend here, so keep going.
Thank you, Nandita.